back at the detention center. Let's meet up with Walkie. Oops, I have to make sure that I'm actually on the right screen. I'm sorry, meeting hours for the day are all done. But we still have 3 minutes. I'll put in your request, but don't expect anything. The father's talking in a private room with him. The father? You mean like a priest? I mean the suspect's father, Mr. Winfred Big Wins Kitaki himself. Oh, he's got a name. What did you do, RC? Did you punch Zunder? You gotta stop doing that. Make sure you punch him in the soft bits, otherwise you will bruise your knuckle. Oh no, die you! You're the one on your way out, you olds! Ah, they're here. Oh god, where are his eyes? Ooh, this guy radiates power. Power with a cute apron? Oh no! You're not cut. Yeah, that sounds like, yeah, that's an easy way to bruise things. You already got ending W on P. This is true. This is true. You Walkie's lawyer? Yes, sir. Well, I'm Big Wins Kitaki, fourth head of the Kitaki family, capiche? Actually, I came to speak to your son. Mr. Justice. Yes? My son's innocent. He killed no one. If he were found guilty, it wouldn't be good. Capiche? Yes, I'm all about capiching. Capiche loud and clear. You gotta do more than just understand to make it. You'll learn, though. Even if the lesson comes at the end of your short life. I don't feel so good. Well, that's different, like heat, because I have pretty good like heat tolerance when it comes to like holding things and stuff like that. What's the big idea, old man? You can't treat me like a kid no more, not now. You know, I wanted to go to the clink. I like it here. You must be Walkie. A G's not a G till he does hard time, bazoy. Oh, I hate, is that gonna be his dumb thing? I hate it already. You'll see, when I get out of here, things will change. Silence! Did you just kill him? My apologies, Mr. Justice. He's usually such a nice boy. Forgive me if I have a hard time believing that. Ha! You can't take me under your wing this time, old man. You heard me. I don't need no trial. I did it. I think that's enough for today, Mr. Justice. Don't move down tomorrow. What do you mean that's enough? That didn't solve anything. So much for talking to our client. But we made so much progress today. We even found my panties. I had fun at least. Can you stop talking about those? Of course, the biggest mystery of all remains. How am I supposed to build a case for the trial? Oh, almost forgot. It's time for my show. Tonight I'm performing at the Wonder Bar. You should come check it out. I hope you're not gonna charge me. When am I getting paid? No, she doesn't wear them. They're just a prop, but she still keeps talking about it. Saving the game. Well, there's also another pair, but I couldn't get to the lady to show her because I'm pretty sure they're her bloomers. Back at the court. Mr. Wright's not here today. He said his old foot injury was acting up. Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes justice. I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Oh, do some now. I want to see. Here. Huh? Oh, okay. My name is Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. That sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training. I'm fine. I'm fine, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with the guilty verdict, G. See if I care. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? No, not really. Walkie, don't be running your mouth like that in here. See, that's the difference between you and me, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's can't keep it real till they spend a hard time in the pen. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Sounds like they've both been voice training too, Apollo. My worst fears realized. The trial's starting and I still haven't had a real talk with my client. Oh boy. Time to go to court. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie Kataki. That's me! You finally see my face after hours of investigating. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll here, Judge. Why are you saying why? Ah, it's him, the guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor. Yeah, imagine talking your time. I know, wow, crazy. Well, I just don't ever usually have much time for vacations. Like, it would be cool to do a road trip type thing, but I don't know if you could, well, I could probably do a road trip on a scooter. I would just have to make sure I planned out a lot of gas stations, and I think I'd have to stay on side roads because the max speed on that thing is like 65 miles per hour, and I don't think you're supposed to be on interstates on those. Highways, okay, local highways, fine, but I'd have to take like country roads everywhere. It's Mr. Gavin's brother. Sacrificing like Yoshi, Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started in my free time? Thing is, we got real popular. Hard to say 9 to your fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah? I see. To be honest, I was a little concerned. I feared that you might still be distraught over that one trial. Not to worry, Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than my VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? I hate the fact that every fucking one of his comments is self-congratulatory. Fuck this guy. How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother? I'm not a little boy. It was worth canceling a show or two. Understood. You may give your opening statements to the court. Listen, I'm not gay, but it's refusely. Haven't I played? No, I have not. This is the 4th game in the series that I've played. No, he bothers me because he's an asshole. Other people bother me because they're fucking crazy, like Dr. Hottie, who is currently Dr. Hickfield, and he is a waste of human flesh and disgusting. But no, like Miss Oldbag, not a fan. Not a fan at all of Miss Oldbag. But that's just because she's annoying and yeah, this guy's just a jerk. Yeah. Before that I was thinking, but I mean, she's crazy, but she's also cute and she has a little bit of growth, even if she does whip you constantly forever a lot. Whatever. It's fine. Sometimes that happens. Is the air in the courtroom not a bit serious? It is a court of law. That's no way to get the crowd jumping, Herr Judge. We don't want them jumping. That's called contempt of court. Get the fuck out of here, Clavier. They're not supposed to jump. This is a courtroom. Acton, baby. Today we play it my way. That's not how it works. What's that noise? Sometimes you have to get on up in order to get down to prosecuting. I already hate this man. This is crazy. The victim, Pal Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand. What in the world was a doctor doing pulling a noodle stand? Yes, I believe you will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean undeniable? Also, can I see this gun? Wow, well, I'm not gonna, you know what? I can't say that. I'm gonna be like, I don't care if he's hot. Fuck this guy. Because I was like, Francisca's pretty hot. Come on, guys. But it's not just that. I mean, I don't know. Shit, it's hard to explain. I just already don't like this guy from the get-go. If you're to glare at anyone, Air Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see. Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. Not yet. Yeah, okay, whatever. You want to be German bro? First, there's a little matter to be cleaned up. Could you talk without an accompaniment? Or without the... I swear I could see the guitar for a second. Trucy, stop. What is it, Prosecutor Gavin? The motive, Air Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic? Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Oh, but what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout to all of my homies, I believe he said. What? Oh, God, I hate this. What is right? They always say that on stage. You should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like he got you good, huh, Polly? Trucy, you're not helping. Well, this is highly unusual, but the court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. Cool. So, you, son, are the defendant's, walkie, are you? I ain't your son, old man. You step to Kentucky, you best be prepared to step strong. God, he sounds like every gangbanger here who doesn't actually know literally anything about anything, but wants to act like they're super cool. You step to a public official, you best be prepared to step into jail. You gotta hand it to him. Walkie sure has guts. He's an idiot. That's what Walkie is. It's not his guts I'm worried about. It's okay. I mean, I simp for Francesca, so what can I say? Well, then the court will now hear testimony on the defendant's motive from the defendant himself. Walkie Kataki's truth. I like how it's in quotation marks. I tell you one thing, that doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my something bad, and then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? But his pad is not, that's not his pad. That's somebody else. Is it bad you've like forgotten what the endings were? Yeah, no, it's not bad, Ellie. There's a lot of them. There was Fishy, Exploding, Beginny Dead. There's the one, remember, you got to get through the second playthrough, but where 9S just like fucks off and just doesn't give it. You're just like, okay, bye. I think there's other like death related ones too, or just like wandering off. You just have to remember to let the timer run out in the like hacky thing with angles. Yeah. And ending A, yeah, because that you just get ending A by playing the game. A through E you get by just going through the game normally. Yeah. You're saying you were one of the victim's patients? A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the streets. True dat. Oh, God, this hurts me to say. I tell you one thing, that doc was whack. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. Please tell us in detail how whack the doc was. I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all of this. Walkie-talkie's truth, yeah. Oops. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Got it. I am planning on playing Dual Destinies. I heard Spirit of Justice wasn't like fantastic, but it's important to the series, so I am probably gonna play all of them at some point. First of all, the word you're looking for is quack. And isn't that a little harsh? He's your family doctor. Who asked you, pointy locks? Just who do you think you are? Your lawyer? Look, I ain't trying to hear that. He was a quacker, plain and simple. Hold it. Hold it. Did it. By someone, you mean, was there anyone with a score to settle with this doctor? Besides you, I mean. You better ask someone else, Holmes. What do I care? I made up my own mind and did what I had to be done. Straight gangsta style. But why were you so mad at this doctor? Yo, sit back and listen while I drop it, J-Man. Wow. Hold it. So you were a patient at the Maractus Clinic half a year ago. For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. Can you explain precisely what was wrong? We had a little run-in with a rival's family. That's when I pulled a jack move and ran into an ambush. G busted a cap right in me. Oh yeah, the chip. You gotta yank the chip out. your OS chip. I forgot about that one too. According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting and ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time by yourself. Yeah, I was more than a match for those guys. So you're carried to the Maractus Clinic from there. Apparently he was shot in the heart. Shot in the heart and he's still alive? I can catch bullets between my teeth. But I never learned how to catch them with my heart. Don't do that, Trucy. The bullet stopped just short of my thumper. See, you know what I'm saying? I would have been golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet. So as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it, Holmes. Hey, yeah, okay. Hold it. Hold it. You just did it. Yay, you won. You won the game. What do you mean she just let you go without a word? What do you think it means? It's whack, that's what. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. Sounds as though Herr Doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up. He's a badder G than me. Yeah. Hold it. Hold it. So this bullet is still... You know what? I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit singles. Shut up, Clavier. Well, it sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. Just try it. Well, I try, but I feel like it's too loud. Sorry, I got a message from my mother. Word, J-Man! Weren't no accident, that's for shizzle. Oh, nobody says that. It seems that there were issues with this doctor. Man, putting him down was like doing the world a favor. Walkie, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo, back straight. But why did this mistake only come to light that day? It was found during the family health checkup. The family checkup? That was the wackest thing of all. All us G's lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away, bazoy. No, I mean, I've really liked the music in all the games. A relief to hear. What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. What? Yes, Herr Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life. No way! That's whacked! You got me ecstatic. It means nothing. It's just his weird way of saying things. Yeah, proof is in the checkup. Walkie's checkup report added to the court record. Well, we're gonna check that immediately. Patient name, Walkie Kitaki, age 19, male. Report filed, June 14th. Notes, metallic object found near heart. Urgent exam needed. Okay. How ironic that you would kill the one man capable of helping you. You're almost as careless as he was. Wow. Well, now that the place is hopping, it's not. Everybody's still sitting in their chairs. Let's get this gig started. Started? We've had enough of a warm-up act, yeah? Time to hear from the witnesses. Or the witness. Walkie sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. You miss your... you'll get it soon enough, and then you'll laser everything. Just make sure that you have, like, your chips ready for when you get it so you can just murder with ranged weaponry. Is this Gavin's strategy? Who the hell are you? So you will tell us your name and occupation. Wow. Okay. I hate everybody in this trial now. Already. What is this thing? Who? Who are you? Oh. My name is Wesley Stickler. By occupation, I take it you mean a profit to society as our livelihood, under which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to this notion of occupation. And once we have accepted this reality, we will see that our confusion is not gestalt per se, but derived from the vagueness inherent in all representations so long. By which he means to say that he is a student. Oh yeah, no, you're fine. I mean, you can send it to me now. I am a bad person who checks my Discord messages while streaming. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honing my... Herr Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. You ask quite simplistically what I saw. However, we must understand that the Homo sapiens possess two eyes, and these are designed to receive and interpret data, sending images in the form of signals. Okay, good. So it'd be better after. Okay. That night, I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot! The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Was there anyone else in the park at that time? I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not. And the pistol our witness refers to is this. The court accepts this into evidence. Yeah, nice shot. Also, hi, Alfina, how are you doing? Pistol added to the court record. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may Cross-examine your witness. Dun, 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 dun. Also, sorry. What, Trucy? Trucy? Why are you staring like that at the witness? That man? I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. Hmm? Have we? Have we? Hold it! On the way home from shopping, you say? Why go through the park? Ah, fascinating inquiry. Revealing me culpable of being insufficiently verbose. Let us consider the time saved by passing through the park on the way home from the store. In that time, I am capable of solving 2 GMAT problem sets. On average, it requires me 3 minutes, 24 seconds to complete them. Ergo, the time to complete 2 is on average 6 minutes, 48 seconds. However, in the case the questions are in the verbal category, admittedly not That's enough. Enough, I get the idea. Mr. Justice, the court hopes to finish this cross-examination sometime this month. Please, I have a recording booked after this trial. Fuck you, Clavier, I don't care. And I've got a show to perform. Okay, I care a little bit more about Trucy. Yeah, sorry you're so busy. Hold it. Were these men, talking by any chance? Ah, now that you mention it, they were, though I cannot claim I heard them clearly. Only fragments, such as, you lied to me. Oh, and I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, pal. It's just as our defendant claims. I believe he wished to teach the victim what it felt like to take a bullet through the heart, except he shot him in the head. Let me double check this. That's Walkies. Bloomers. Yeah, single bullet to the right temple. Wait, didn't he say he shot him in the forehead? That's not the same. That's different. Well, I think we figured something out. If that's true, then this is a vital piece of testimony. Blah, 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 blah. Sounds like you heard them clearly enough to me. What now? Might I be allowed to amend my testimony? What now? To be precise, he did not say pal, but man. Yes, that was the way of it, I swear on my diploma. What's the difference? And this other man, who was he? The victim found it in his hand he held. Yes, a pistol was pointed at the man pulling stand. A shot, the bullet hit the man pulling stand from the square in the forehead. Did he hit him in the forehead? I feel like he might have fucking... Objection! Objection. Thank you. Whew, that's all of it. I think I have a chance. Is that you? Relaxing, I see, Air Justice. Objection! Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet. Right. Look at this. The autopsy report. Is there a problem with the autopsy report? I'm right, a problem. Problem. Yes! God fucking damn it. Okay, that pisses me off. I'm like, I know this is the correct evidence. Don't fucking circle jerk here. Apollo, you dumbass. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound. The location? You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple. First, understand that when I say square, I mean not the geometrical absolute. What I mean by this, for example, the deflection of a meter is 1 million. Oh, the wavelength of light is emitted by a krypton particle. Nobody fucking cares. It's a well-known fact that krypton particles are rare and invisible to the naked eye, which points to the basic fallacy in your line of reasoning, simply that, Mr. Justice. Yes? Was your objection to these krypton particle things? This is the big time, and you're obsessed with something so small? You disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Just look at the autopsy report, you dumb fucks. The location of the entry wound was to the right temple. Temple? Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction. Isn't it, Apollo, you dumb fuck? Yes, it is. I hate this. Yeah, it is a contradiction. It is, right? Finally, just commit. Oh. Herr Justice. Oh, Herr Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. It's not a fucking trifle. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony. Hey, Herr Forehead. Forehead? Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, Herr Forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, stop. And you, Fraulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream, eek! And you, Herr Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? What? The victim turned his head at the last moment. Oh. Ah, yes, thank you for jogging my memory. Sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required. Oh, wow, cool. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two, I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. Okay, so did he even frickin' see? So you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed, with composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that. That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature, and the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. If the killer would have fired at just that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report. That does seem to be the case. Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University's Department of Sciences. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. Jeez. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two, I cried, with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Did you hear the gunshot at the same time as the victim turned? Indeed, I would say about the same time, to be precise. And the victim didn't ask you for help? It can be said that he didn't have the time to ask. He didn't even have time to take a single step. Totally sure that the killer fired because Mr. Stickler startled him. Don't say that too loud, Trucy, please. The cowardly killer defendant appeared to have become frightened. Hold it. Oops. Hold it. Hold it. Thank you. Can you describe the killer's actions more clearly? He seemed quite surprised, especially considering that it was he who did the deed. As we can see, human psychology is a tangled web indeed. Now hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Yeah, I mean, I have it running through the microphone, but I feel like sometimes it like captures it too loud, so then it just like breaks up. But I do like the fact that they have the mechanic to yell at them. Simply couldn't believe what he had done. He shot, he panicked. A common tale, but true. Unfortunately, before I could take further action... Tossing the pistol aside. Hold it! Hold it! Thank you. I start like getting sadder every time I say it. You didn't try to apprehend the criminal. It all happened so fast, I'm afraid I hadn't the time. Doesn't something about that strike you as odd, Apollo? What? The killer was in a hurry, right? He fired the pistol and tossed it right away. According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes? In that case, I'd expect to find something that we didn't find. Find something? Find what? I like that contradiction. Kinda sad to see it go. Not as sad as I feel. What do we do now? At least the testimony's getting a little clearer. She's right. Maybe I can find something to use in this new testimony. Okay. Weapon left at the crime scene. 2 rounds were fired. Fingerprints were wiped. Wait a second. Okay, apparently if I press X, it automatically just does it. And if I press Y, then I can say objection. I wish I had done that. No. Objection! There we go, I did it. Wait a second. Tisk, tisk, another misleading request. Yet you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse, you can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, you say? A second? Are we intended to wait just that? A single second? 1/60th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes, 35 seconds, then... Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor. Might I understand you're objecting to the length of a second? Yes, I mean, no! Ugh, here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Common ploy, made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints. Oh. The little girl's sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there. I'm not little! Then let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein? I hate... No. The implication. Get that man out of here! What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo. Well, Mr. Justice, the killer had been wearing gloves? Is he wearing gloves? Where's an apron? Don't ask. I'm gonna say no way. Not his style. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some traces of prints remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened just as you say it did, you wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. Okay, cool, because yeah, the prints were wiped, so we already know there were prints on there. Don't you fucking yawn at me. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well, Air Forehead, any of your precious objections? What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice train and go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Isn't what obvious? When he restated that he saw just now, he said Walkie dropped a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Walkie threw away. You're right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler, it must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong. Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended. While it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote a letter I received by a teacher of the blackboard all see the poor my shit. What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defense have anything to say about this? Well, if what he threw wasn't a pistol, then it had to be something else. At least one person on the defense team seems to be thinking. I'll wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin. Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene? Pretty sure it was the knife. Take that! Take that. Take that. Take that! Is that a sword? I saw one of those on the late night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime with the defendant's prints on it. Take that, take that, take that! Yeah, it's beautiful. His prints! This single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, Air Forehead, you are forgetting two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Waki Kitaki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Yeah, but we can't get him on intent. Indeed. Never underestimate a Gavin is the lesson here. This court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear about what really occurred. With less assuming, please. It's always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later, his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming, yes, that's what I said. Assuming. As if that were probable the situation at all. And yet here you are assuming that my assumption is no better. What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. Wait a second. Oh, gosh. Sorry, my nose. From shot to call. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor can I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Well, that's dumb, because that gun was fired twice. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also know now that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice? I better find a way to take this testimony down quick. Put it down. Hold it. Hold it. Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite. Actually, it looks like he's going to cry. I feel like you change the pod skins via the key item menu. Like you change because I think it's just something in there. Yeah, key items, important items. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be in key items, just like the headgear and like the outfits. So if you have a pod skin, it'll be there. Found it? Okay, awesome. I was like, I think it's key items again, but I had to confer with the internet in case I was wrong. Yeah, no problem. Actually, it looks like he's going to cry. Hold it. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a statue of heightened awareness, or a state of heightened awareness statue. Anything could have happened at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. Is that all? No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say, I saw nothing. It's late at night. It's not odd to think there would be few people around in the park. So he just stood there watching? Huh, not much to go on there. True, see, if you got something to say, by all means, say it. This witness is way too self-assured. There's gotta be a weakness somewhere in his testimony. Yeah, you couldn't prevent the killer from... Okay. I wonder if he's the panty thief. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it, please. Hold it. Thank you. You were certainly composed for someone who had just witnessed a killing. If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, and nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon the lab room floor. Also, hi, Dixies. Ooh, cool answer. Very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. Trucy looks like she has something to say. Hold it. First try. Yeah, which way did the killer run? By that time, it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction. That'd mean he ran in the opposite direction from the Kitaki mansion. Actually, don't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. Ugh. How did you know that's where I was going? Trucy! Like, seriously, stop fucking staring at me and say something. I hate that so much. Like, it's like, oh, no, say it. Just say it. I can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last, Air Forehead? Maybe it's time to back off a bit? No. The defense still has some questions that demand answers, Your Honor. Your opinion, Prosecutor Gavin? I'll let him play attorney until he's satisfied, I'd say. I'll amuse myself by composing my next smash hit in my head. Very well, you may continue with the cross-examination. Oh. Maybe I was supposed to say no so she could say whatever. Trucy. Okay, now I'm like stuck in this loop of bullshit. How do I... Trucy, can you fucking say something instead of just sitting there? Am I asked... Hold it. Hold it. Yeah, tell you tale the time is... Yeah, it was boring. Yeah, shut up, Clavier, dumb bastard. Yeah. Alright, there's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. Yes, there are no objections to the witness's current testimony. There are any numbers of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting of a small-time punk, in my opinion. Ugh, no! Did we just game over? Seems we've come to the end of the line here. Oh, that can't be all! How unfortunate it seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me. Where are you, Hair Forehead? I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Waki Kitaki. What? No, hold it. Eek! Yep, it's... What the fuck? Excuse me? Trucy! Nobody move. What's the meaning of this? Who are you? There'll be no verdict in this court, not yet. Wait, are you one of the Kitakis? Kitakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? You don't want to see me give this pretty girl a new smile. Do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. I can talk. What? This court will not bow to the pressure of the likes of Herr Judge. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. You want to know how I got these scars? Ugh. Recess, 20 minutes, or I promise you, you'll regret it. Okay, bye. Well, wait, how did he disappear so fast? Huh? Come to the defendant lobby, Apollo! I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man. I swear to God, Phoenix, if you dressed up as like some mysterious dude to threaten your daughter to help us win this case. Oh. Okay. I'm actually going to take a really quick break, and plus we're at the end of this recording, so let's end that.